Imagine if you had the ability to shut people up, make people think twice before they said that snarky comment or make fun of you, because then you know any sort of challenge directed towards you will be returned in double and will completely destroy their social credibility. This comes through the power of your reputation. When other people know that they shouldn't mess with you, when other people know that they should not make fun of you or disrespect you, you don't have to deal with the challenge anymore. In fact, you defeat the person before they even challenge you because you got in their heads. And in this video, I'm going to teach you how to keep your enemies suspended in fear through the power of your words and through the power of your wit. Being witty is almost like a superpower. If someone insults you, if someone says a joke about you, if you can top that joke, if you can come up with a comeback and completely do a 180 and redirect that joke towards the person who said it, you're going to have serious brownie points. So when I was practicing wit and trying to become witty, I used this two-layer approach. The first layer is embodying a witty funny archetype, and the second layer is what you progress to, and that is the witty dominant archetype. You need to start on layer 1 before you go on to layer 2, and that's what we're going to look at right now. So the witty funny archetype, the person who best characterizes this is Deadpool. Deadpool is not intimidating. People are not scared of him. They don't fear his silence, but they are hesitant to verbally engage with him simply because whatever you say, he's going to twist it into a roast or a joke, and as soon as you're trying to fiddle and look for a comeback, he's already 5 moves ahead of you, breakdancing on your ego. This style of wit is unpredictable, it's chaotic, it's fast, you don't know what he's going to do next, it's mysterious, and that's what makes it a little bit more charismatic. This is the level most guys should develop their wit at. You need to hit level 1 first, and you ace that, and then you go on to level 2, the dominant one, which we're going to go on to a little bit later. So this style does not require you to walk into a room and dominate the room. You're not confronting anybody. You are literally training your verbal reflexes, helping your brain and training your brain to make connections much faster, throw a little bit of jabs here and there, and being okay if it flops, being okay if it doesn't land. Confidence is understanding that failure doesn't necessarily mean death, right? You live to fight another day. And this is why it's so crucial to understand level 1, that witty, funny archetype first before you go into the next level. Think about this period of time as you silently arming yourself. You're not a full-on fledged death machine that people don't want to mess with right now, but you definitely are getting there. Now this only works if you go in with a mindset of fearlessness. In fact, that's actually what we're trying to build. We're trying to make you comfortable in making tongue-in-cheek humor jokes, make you comfortable insulting somebody. You need to be okay failing. If you have something funny in your head, if you have some sort of funny insult in your head, I want you to blurt it out. I want you to, don't care if it lands, and if it doesn't land, shrug your shoulders, move on. That's the charm of it. You need to become accustomed to failure, and when you do this, you become significantly better at wit. In order to really train your wit muscle, you need to understand that speed is your ally. If you have something in your head, don't overthink it, just say it. Blurt it out. Doesn't matter if it doesn't land. If you don't have access to an improv comedy class, what you're going to do is you're going to go and open up your iPhone on the camera, and you're going to record yourself for 10 minutes talking about anything and everything, but try to make loose associations. And by loose associations, I mean, for example, you're going to talk about the Democratic Republic of Congo, right? Congo, and then you talk about Congo a little bit, and then you go, okay, Congo is linked to elephants. You talk about elephants a little bit. And then you're going to say, oh, elephant is linked to mammals, and then you talk about mammals a little bit, and then mammals give birth to live young, etc. Then you're going to talk about like how chimpanzees and humans can be combined in embryos and stuff like this. And you just talk about multiple things. The key to this exercise is to start making loose associations. When you start making loose associations, you start linking the little stuff together, you will start seeing a lot of patterns in life. You will start seeing a lot more things that you can talk about. So let me give you an example of what it looks like. Apples are red, apples are eaten by caterpillars, caterpillars are green. Oh, caterpillars turn into butterflies. Butterflies are insects. Another insect is an ant. Ants work in colonies. Colonies also exist in human civilizations. Colonies exist in less economically developed countries. Less economically developed countries do not have nuclear weapons. Nuclear weapons are bad because of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Boom, 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 boom. All of those loose associations, that's how you make conversation. When you have all these different ideas floating in your head, you can make these associations a lot quicker. This will make you witty. Along with this, I want you to watch a lot more stand-up comedians. I want you to see and observe how they are making these jokes. How are they bringing this laughable material out of thin air? And even if you can't classify and you don't really know what they're doing, subconsciously, passively, you will start learning the habits that they're doing when they're doing stand-up comedy. Now, after this, I want you to do 2 drills. The first drill is called the comeback drill, and the second drill is called the random object roast. So the exercise of the comeback drill goes a little bit like this. I want you to set a timer for 20 seconds on your phone. Do it right now if you want. And think of an insult that someone may actually just say to you. I want you in 20 seconds, start that timer. In that 20 seconds, I want you to think about all the different things that you can say say back to them. Doesn't matter if it's rubbish, doesn't matter if it's a trash comeback, just do it. Let me give you an example. If someone comes up to you in the morning and says, what kind of weirdo shirt is that? You could be like, you'd only say that so I don't roast yours. Or you can be like, at least I have more shirts than you. Or something. It doesn't really matter if it's funny. Speed matters. Remember, you are training yourself. The next drill is the random object roast drill. Now this may sound a little bit weird at first, but trust me, it will make you significantly more funnier. I want you to pick out just a random object in your room, in your house, whatever, right? And I want you to roast that inanimate object. For example, you can look at a toaster and go, you only get turned on when someone pushes your belly button. And yeah, this is completely weird, but remember, you have to do the ugly shadow work in the background in order to become successful on the foreground. Remember, you have to suck at something in order to become good at something. Even these videos, I'm taking like millions of takes in the background, and you only see the finalized version because I've practiced so much. Even Ryan Reynolds on the set of Deadpool, a lot of the stuff they say, oh, it was just completely authentic, he just came up with it on the spot. No, he came up with like a million different things. Only one of them landed, and that's the one that they actually decided to keep in the script. Now this archetype is actually very, very good to develop wit, but in the long term, in that transition period, people don't really respect you, they're not scared of you. In fact, is anyone really scared of Deadpool? Does anyone really respect him? No, people just roll their eyes at him. It doesn't matter that he could kill you or he could like completely cut off your arm or something, right? People don't respect him. And this is why you need to transition from that Witty Funny archetype into the Witty Dominant archetype. The classic Witty Dominant archetype that I've seen is Harvey Specter. People respect him. People are scared of what he's going to say. A lot of that dominant charisma, that witty behavior, comes from how he carries himself. I always tell you that confidence comes from competence. In order to be confident, in order to carry yourself like that, you need something to be confident about. What are you good at? So what are you good at? Harvey Specter is very good at being a lawyer. He's very good at talking to people. He's very good at making deals. What are you good at? Focus on that. Make that better. Now what you need to do, because you've already incorporated wit, you've learned how to be witty during those exercises I told you, now what you got to do is you add a little bit of arrogance to your personality. You got to make sure that other people know that you're not to be messed with. And often it only takes making an example of one person to make that clear. When someone challenges you, don't back down. Take it as an opportunity to make a public example of them. And that is how you're going to teach everybody around you that you are witty, you are dominant, and you're not meant to be messed with. When someone criticizes you, you're going to turn it back onto them. You're going to make the same insult and you're going to twist it 180 degrees. For example, you're a bit late going to an event and someone calls you out and says, you're never on time. You're going to be like, I'm on my schedule, not yours. Mine more important. Or if someone says, your idea is not going to work, it's trash. You're going to say, well, I don't see you contribute any good ideas. Do something with your life. I want you to be as confrontational as possible. Every time you become more confrontational, you become more confident because you know that you are a little bit better. You make sure other people know that you are a little bit better. And that will increase your charisma. That will increase your confidence. That will increase your dominant personality a whole lot more as opposed to if you just held back and just said, I'll let it slide. And that is how you craft that dominant, witty personality that everybody respects. First of all, learn level 1, which is make those loose associations in your head. Make sure that you know what you're going to say. Make sure that you are fast. And secondly, make sure other people know that you're not meant to be messed with. And until next time, Alan Abraham out.